Hello and welcome to Solved Papers channel. My name is Mr. Godfrey M. I am an experienced CIE, that is Cambridge International Curricular teacher, and today in this video I will be solving a mathematics paper for Cambridge Secondary 1 checkpoint. This is paper 1 of April 2016. Of course, the paper's duration is 1 hour, and every time you get to doing a paper in examination setup, always read the instructions first. In this paper, you are not required to have a calculator. You only need a geometrical instrument and a trace paper, that's all. And the paper is usually 50 marks. This is paper 1, calculators not allowed, but paper 2 of checkpoint secondary, calculators are usually allowed, so you take note of that. Before we begin, I request you, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button and hit the icon, the bell icon. This way you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Let's begin. Question number 1. Fatima has a phone. The time on the phone is 17:23 hours. Write this time using a 12-hour clock. Of course, you need to convert 17:23 into 12-hour clock. To do that, you need to minus 12. You need to minus 12 from this 24-hour. And what you get here is 5, 2, 3, and this should be PM. So in 12-hour clock, the time is 5:23 PM in the evening. Part B of number 1. Fatima starts a phone call at 18:32 hours. The phone call finishes at 19:16 hours. Work out the length of the phone call. Work out the length of the phone call. Likewise here, you also need to take away this time Fatima ended the call from the time Fatima started the call. So we do subtraction. You'll get this is 4. Of course, this is less than 3. So we borrow 1 from 9. Becomes 70. Becomes 7. Of course, 7 minus 3, we get 4. Of course, this is 8. That is going to be 0, 0. So the phone call lasted 44 minutes. Quite a long call there for Fatima. Question number 2. Work out. You're required to work out this. Basically, this is 11.28 minus 2.843. Basically, subtraction. The best way to effect this, arrange them vertically, 11 to 8. Take away 2.843. Make sure all the decimal points are aligned with the correct places. So this is can include a 0 there to look all the numbers to have 3 decimal places. So this is you borrow 1 from there, you get 10. 10 minus 3 gives us 7. Remaining 7. 7 minus 4 gives us 3. This is less than 8, So we borrow 1 from there, we get 12 minus 8. This gives us 4. Remaining 10 here, 10 minus 2. This will give us 8. That is the answer, 8.437. We're also required to work out this one as well. I'll also do the long multiplication. 16.8 multiplied by 7. Of course, when you do good multiplication, 7 times 8 gives us 56. Get 6 there. Carry 5. 7 times 6. This will give us 7 times 6. This will give us 42. 42 plus 5 gives us 7. Carry 4. 7 times 1, that's 7 plus 4. That gives us 11 right there. So 117.6 is the answer. 117.6 is the answer. Question number 3. Draw a line to match each fraction. Fraction to its equivalent percentage. Fraction, match each fraction and percentage. 1 over 5, a fifth is same as 20%. Of course, you can confirm that by multiply a fifth times 100. Of course, this is 1, this is 20. 20 times 1, this gives us 20%, which is correct. What about 3 over 20? 3 over 20 times 100. 20 goes 5 times here, so this will be 15%. So we draw a line from there to there. 7 over 50 times 100. This will give us 100. 50 goes twice there, so this will give us 14%. So this one comes right there. Then 4 divided by 25 times 100. 25 goes 4 times there, so this 4 times 4 gives us 16%. Therefore, this comes right there. Number 4. Put a ring around the number that is divisible by 4. 182 divided by 4. This will go 4 times for 16. 16 minus 18 will give us 22. 22 is going to give us 5.5, not divisible by 4. 218 divided by 4. This will give us 5. Give us 5. 5 for 20. 18, of course, this is 4 for 16. So 54.5, not divisible by 4. 281, obviously it's not divisible by 4 because it has an odd number at the end there. So we go to 812 divided by 4. This goes 2 for 8. Of course, this brings 1, and here goes 0. Then 2 for 3. Right, so this is going to be 12. So this is divisible by 4. Put a ring right around this number here. Good ring, like that. So that's divisible by 4. Part B, put a tick to show whether each of these statements is true or false. 15 squared. 15 squared, of course, I know you mastered the squares. 15 squared is 225, which is correct. square root of 144. Square root of 144 is usually 12. Therefore, it's not 72. That is correct. Of course, you can prove that. You can do 12 times 12. This will give us 1, 2. This will give us 4, 2. When you add, you get 144. So if you find the square root of 144, this should give us 12, not 72. Then 4 squared. 4 squared is not 64. 4 squared is basically 4 times 4, which gives us 16. Therefore, square root of 64 is 8. Therefore, 16 is not equal to 8. So this is also not true. It is false. Question number 5. Natasha is making a pattern using matchsticks. It's making a pattern using matchsticks. The first 3 patterns are shown. Pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3. Complete the table. We have pattern number 1, number of sticks, number of matchsticks. In pattern 1, we have 5 matchsticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pattern 2, we have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And pattern 3, we have 11. Of course, to complete the pattern, you need to find how much, by what number is the matchsticks is increasing. So from 5 to 8, the matchsticks have increased by 3. From 8 to 11, matchsticks have increased by 3. Therefore, from, of course, increasing by 3 mean we added 3 matchsticks. Therefore, from 11 to this pattern number 4, we also need to add 3. So 11 plus 3, that gives us 14. And of course, from 14 to increase by whatever number to get us the value here. So what number do we increase? The pattern number is going to be 18. The pattern number is going to be 8. So of course, you can work out that the odd version way. So for 5, the number of sticks will be 17. This will be for 5. For 6, the number of sticks would be 20. This would be 6. Then for 7, the number of sticks would be 23. Is 7. Then for 8, the number of sticks will be 26. This will be for 8. So value there is 26. Question number 6. Here are 4 number cards. 7, 5, 3, 9. The 4 cards are arranged to make a 4-digit whole number. 4-digit whole number. Explain why this number must be divisible by 3. Explain why this number must be divisible by 3. This number will be divisible by 3 because if you sum up all these cards, you take 7 plus 5, you get 12. 12 plus 3, you get 15. 15 plus 9. 15 plus 9 gives us 24. 24 is divisible by 3 because if you divide 24 by 3, you get 8. So explanation here is because the sum of numbers, the sum of all the numbers is a multiple of 3. Is a multiple of 3. 24 is a multiple of 3. So that number would be divisible by 3. Okay. I don't like this. Let me write it nicely. It's divisible by 3. Number 7, work out. That is number 7a. Work out 8 times a third. Give your answer is a mixed number. Of course, we're going to multiply 8 times 1 over 3. 8 times 1 over 3 basically means 8 over 1 times 1 over 3. You multiply the numerators together, you get 8. You multiply the denominators together, you get 3. Therefore, this is a proper fraction. Mixed number is improper fraction. So how many times does 3 go into 8? 3 goes into 8 2 times. For 6, 8 minus 6 remainder 2. So 2 and 2/3 is the mixed number when you multiply 8 times a third. So 2 and 2/3 are right there. B, work out 6 divided by 2/3. Give your answer in its simplest form. 6 divided by 2 over 3 can also be written as 6. We bring multiplication sign. When we bring multiplication sign instead of division sign, then this fraction flips or is inverted. So 3 becomes the numerator, 2 becomes the denominator. Therefore, this 2, you divide this by this, you get 3. 3 times 3 gives us 9. So the simplest form here is 9. We have 9 right there. Question number 8. The diagram shows the triangle ABC. Write down part A. Write down the coordinates of B. Write down the coordinates of B. Coordinates of B is 4 minus 2. Always the coordinates, you write them as x, y. So the x coordinate of B is 4, and the y coordinate of B is 2, minus 2. Therefore, 4 minus 2 is the coordinate of B. Part B. The triangle ABC is reflected in the x-axis. Write down the coordinates of the image of point A. So reflection occurs. So if it's reflected along point X, this is the mirror line. This is a mirror line. So of course, the reflection of A will fall right here. Okay, and therefore the coordinate of the image of A will be 1 for X, then 1 for Y. So the image of point A will be 1, 1. Number 9. Suki is exploring how the amount of sun affects the growth of 3 bean plants. Each day she records the height of the plants. Okay, so here we have a graph. Given this graph, height in centimeters on the y-axis and day on the y-axis. So apparently she recorded the height for 14 days. We given a key down here. Given a key here. Full sun. This line here is when we have a full sun. On this other line right here, we have some sun. Then the bottom line around here is in the shade. So part A, on which day did the plant grow in the shed? I beg my pardon. On which day did the plant growing in the shade have a height of 8 centimeters? Of course, shade is this one here. So this down here. So you come to 8, the height of 8 right there. Then you draw a line all the way until you touch the graph of the shade right there. So that is day 7. Day 7 is the correct answer. Bring it down. Day 7. So day 7, the plant grew by 8 centimeters. Part B, calculate the difference in the heights of the plants growing in full sun and in some sun on the day 14 of the experiment. The difference, you need the difference for plants growing in full sun, right? Full sun rare, and then some sun, of course, there. So on day 14, so you come to day 14. Day 14 is right here. Draw a line until you get to the graphs. Day 14, day 14, day 14. For the some sun, the height was 24. So this is 24. Then you continue to full sun. Then you come to the y-axis. Find it is 28. So the difference of 28 and 24. The difference of 28 and 24. Difference of 28 and 24. Come back down here. So the height in the full sun was 24 on day 14, minus the height in some sun on day 14, which was 24. The difference is 4. So 4 centimeters, that is the difference. Then part C, write down a conclusion that Suki can make about how the amount of sun affects the height of these bean plants, right? Of course, you have noticed that at full sun, the height is much higher than when there's some sun and when there's some shade, when in the shade. So full sun means the bean will grow taller. So the more the sun, and conclude that the more the sun, the taller or the faster. You can use both. The faster the bean plant grows. The bean plant grows. So the sun contributes to the growth of the bean plant. Question number 10. Find the sum of the first 4 negative integers. Find the sum of the first 4 negative integers. Of course, negative integers is when you have a number line here. Okay, starting from 0. This is 1, 2, 3, and so forth. But the negative side is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So the first 4 negative integers is from -1 all the way to -4. So you take -1 plus -2 plus, we are finding the sum, don't forget, -3 plus -4. Of course, negatives will positive and negative will be negative. So -1 minus -2 minus -3 minus -4. This will give us -10. Therefore, that is the answer, -10. Question number 11. The diagram shows shows a floor plan. Okay. Calculate the area. To do the area here, you need to divide this plan into shapes whose area can easily be calculated. So I'll divide this one right there. So you can see this is two rectangles now, rectangle 1 and rectangle number 2. And we can see now the height of the smaller rectangle from here to here is 3. We need to find this side from here to here of this rectangle. You can see the distance from here to here is 11 meters, but the distance from here to here is 6. So 11 minus 6, this will give us 5. So this side here is 5 meters. The distance from here to there is 5 meters. So the area, let me call this one rectangle A, this rectangle B. So area of A is 3 meters times 5 meters. This gives us 15 meters squared. Area of B, the length is 10 and the width is 6. So 10 times 6, this gives us 60 meters squared. Then you add the two together. Okay, 15 plus 60, this gives us 75 meters squared, which is the total area of the plan. 75 meters squared is the total area. Question 12. Here is a mapping. We have the input and the output. We input 2, we output 4, we input 4, we output 16. Look at the following instructions. Tick the two functions that could represent the mapping there. Therefore, in this case, we have a x maps 6x minus 8. So is this a function that can be used here? Of course, you can see when we put input 2, we output x. So if x is 2 here, then this becomes 6 times 2 minus 8. Therefore, 6 times 2 gives us 12. 12 minus 8 gives us 4. Therefore, this is true. If we input 2, we get out 4. Therefore, this function here is correct. What about if x is, of course, okay, you can also check for x here. We input x, which is 2. Do we, when we input 2 there, 2 times x, what does it give us? Gives us, let's say, of course, we can also work out this one for 4 to see whether it is going to give us the correct. So 6 times 4 minus 8. We are checking this still for 4. Then this will be 24 minus 8. 24 minus 8 is 16, which is this one, which is correct. That's correct. We go to the second one, second function, 2 times x. So if x is 2, do we get 4? 2 times 2 is 4. That is correct. We check also for the next one. If x is 4, do we get 16? So 2 times 4 is 8. So it's not 16. So this is not correct. Go to the second, third one. If we input 2, do we get 4? So 4 times 2 minus 6. This is 8 minus 6. This gives us 2. So it is not 4. So definitely it's not right. What about x squared? So if x is 2, do we get 4? X squared is 2, so 2 squared. This gives us 4. That is correct. What about if x is 4? Do we get 16? 4 squared is 16. Therefore, this is correct as well. So the first and the last functions are correct. The first and the last functions are correct. Question number 13. Question number 13. There are two cycle routes. We have a blue route, which is 7¼ kilometers. We have red route, which is 10 kilometers. David is cycling the red route. He has cycled 8¾ kilometers. How much further does he have to cycle? Red route. Red route is 10 kilometers. So he has already done 8¾ How much further does he have to cycle? Of course, you get the difference between 10 and how much he has already cycled. So it is going to be 10 minus 8, 3/4. 2/3, not 3/4. And therefore, this will basically give us 1⅓ kilometers to go. So 1⅓ kilometers to go. Okay, of course, if you find a challenge now to get this, you can make this one proper fraction by multiplying 3 times 8 gives us 24. 24 plus 2 gives us 26. So this will be 26/3 minus 10. 10 minus 1. So you find the LCM. The LCM between 3 and 1 is 3. Alright, so you say 3. 1 divided by 3 is 3. 3 minus 3 times 10. That will give us 30. Minus 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times 26 gives us 26. Therefore, 30 minus 26 gives us 4/3. And 4/3 is the same as, of course, as a mixed fraction, is 1⅓. What you've gotten right there. Part B. Sajid is cycling the blue route. He takes a break exactly halfway. How many kilometers has he cycled at this point? Blue route, if you remember, is 7¼ Could take you back there. 7¼ blue route. So if it's halfway, then we need to find how many kilometers has he cycled at that point. So basically, we are going to be looking for half of 7¼ kilometer. And of course, to do that, just try half times 7¼ we can make this one in proper fraction. So 4 times 7 gives us 28. 28 plus 1 gives us 29 divided by 4. Therefore, this will give us 29 times 1 give us 29. 4 times 2 gives us 8. Therefore, we can write this one as a mixed fraction or mixed number. So, of course, how many times does 28 go in there? It goes 3. For 24, 29 minus 24, remainder 5/8. So, is already done 3 and 8, 5/8 kilometers. Question 14. The diagram shows a triangular tile. Of course not drawn to scale, but it has got sides 7 and 7 centimeters and 7 centimeters, and it is a right angle triangle. Draw a sketch to show how you would put 4 of these tiles together to make a square. Okay, put this together to make a square. To do that, I will I'll put them on this side, and then this will be the sides of the square. Of course, we need to make a square, so I'll just draw a line like that, and assuming that line is 14 centimeters, I'll draw another line here. Draw another line right here through this one in the middle. It's a little bit longer. Then I'll join this side with this side. I'll join this side with this side. I'll join this side right there, and I'll join this one here. And this is 7. This is 7 centimeters. 7 centimeters. This is 7 centimeters. This is 7 centimeters, and these angles are 90 right there. There we are. We have a square. Of course, when you are doing it using a ruler, of course you're going to do it. You're going to come up with a better drawing than I have. But of course, if you understand what I've done, that is good. Number 15. The diagram shows a 50 milliliter bottle. Diagram shows a 50 milliliter bottle. Okay, you can see it's written right there. Calculate how many liters of liquid are needed to fill 80 of these bottles. Of course, if one is 50 milliliters, if you have 80 of these bottles, how many milliliters are those? So take 50 times 80. This will give us 4,000 milliliters. And we know that 1 milliliter, 1,000 milliliter is equal to 1 liter. Therefore, if we have 4,000 and 1,000 is 1 liter, therefore 4,000 milliliters is equals to 4 liters. Therefore, the answer is 4. Question number 16. Write the number this correct to 2 decimal places. Of course, you can see it has got 3 decimal places. So to write it correct to 2 decimal places, you look at the third decimal place, which is 1. And of course, since it is less than 5, then the number that we write here is going to be 874.59. Correct to 2 SF. This number has got how many SF? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 2 from 8 and 9. So we look at the next number. The next number is less than 5, and therefore that becomes 0. So 870 is 2 SF. 8 and 7 are significant. 0 is not significant. Therefore, you just write it that way. Question number 17. A box contains a large number of colored balls. Each ball is colored red or green or blue or yellow. So we have 4 colors here: red, green, blue, and yellow. Anush takes a ball at random from the box and records its color. The box contains a large number of these balls. She then puts the ball back into the box. She does this 200 times. The table shows some of her results. Frequency of how many times she has picked the red balls is 64, and the relative frequency is given there is 0.32. Of course, for green ball is what the frequency is the number of times she's picked green ball. Out of the 200 times is 48. Blue and yellow we are not given. Of course, the total there is given as that. Therefore, we given the relative frequency for yellow, which is 1.6, and of course the total of all the relative frequencies is 1. Of course, relative frequency, you can look at it as the probability of picking a red ball. Therefore, probability is basically obtained by the number of the frequency of picking the red ball divided by the total number that she has done the picking. So complete the table. Of course, to complete the table, we know that the number of times she's picked these balls and returned back is 200. Therefore, we can calculate the let's say calculate the frequency, the relative frequency of the green ball. To calculate the relative frequency of the green ball, of course, we're going to be taking the number of times she has picked the green ball is 48 out of the 200 times, and of course when you do 48 divide by 200, you're going to be getting 0.24. So the relative frequency of the green ball is 0.24, and of course to get the relative frequency of the blue ball is going to be the sum of this minus 1. So I do 0.32 plus 0.24. This will give us 6. 5, 0 plus 0.16 gives us 2, 12, carry 1, 6, 7.0. So to get the relative frequency of the blue ball, so we do 1 minus that, so 1 minus 0.72, because you can see the total of all the frequencies is 1. So this will be 8. For 9 here, 9 minus 7, you get 2, 0. So the relative frequency of the blue ball is 0.28. Now, of course, now that you've gotten the relative frequency of the blue ball and yellow ball, we can easily now get their frequencies, how many times that has been done. Of course, we know that if for this blue ball, of course, to get 0.28, it was x, the number of times the blue ball has been picked, of course, you say this is x here, of 200 to give us 0.28. Therefore, x is 0.28 times 200. And when you do your math correctly, you're going to be getting 56. So x here is 56. Of course, now you can do the same for yellow ball, but can basically add these values here, then subtract from 200. So let's do the same for yellow ball. Assume this is y. So y over 200 gives us 0.16 right there. So what is y? Y is equals to 0.16 times 200. And when you do your math right, you'll get 32. So y here is 32. Of course, when you add all this, should give you 200. Question 18. The diagram shows the median family income and the median age of people in 20 countries. Of course, the median age on the y-axis We've got the median family income in US dollars on the x-axis. Question is, does this diagram show correlation between median age and median family? Of course, my answer is no. There's no correlation here. The diagram is not showing any correlation. There is basically scattering around. So can basically say, by explaining this, when income is high, like you can see around here, of $30,000, the age can be low or high, low or high. So there's no correlation there. You can see for income of around 23 or 22, the age is around 30. The income of around 25 can be 35, can be 43, and so on and so forth. So there's no correlation at all here. Number 19. Put one set of brackets in each calculations to make the answer correct. Of course, you need now to think of BODMAS. Of course, brackets of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Where do you need the brackets to be? Without the brackets, you'll need to do multiplication first. When you multiply this and this first, you get 54. Then you add 4, you get 58. Then you minus 4, you get 54. So it's not equal to this. So to get this one correct, I would like to put brackets here. Right? So then, of course, you need to do the brackets first. So brackets, 6 minus 4 gives us 2. 2 times 9 gives us 18. 18 plus 4 gives us 22, which is correct. Right? Let me repeat that again. 6 minus 4 is 2. And of course, 2 times 9, okay, gives us 18. And 18 plus 4, this 4 here, will give us 22, which is correct, right there. Then for B, of course, if you don't have brackets here, you will start with the division, because it's brackets of division. So division, this will give 24 divided by 12 gives us 2. And go to addition. So 8 plus 4 will give us 10. Then we have 2 here. So 2 minus 10 will not give us minus 4. It will give us minus 8, which is not correct. Therefore, we need to think. I'll put my brackets right there, such that I evaluate this first. So when I evaluate this first, I'll get addition. This plus this will give me 10. And 12 minus 10 will give me 2. Right? And 2, let me see. 24 divided by 2 is not 4. Okay. So, where is this? Yeah, not put it there. I'll put this bracket right here. So this 12 minus 8 will give me 4. Okay. 12 minus 8 will give me 4. And 4 plus 2 will give me 6. And then 24 divided by 6 will give me 4. That is right. So then, of course, this will be now 24 divided by 12 minus 8 is 4 plus 2. Okay, so then of course 4 plus 2, you cannot divide that first before having to put brackets there. So then I'll put another bracket right here. I have 2 brackets in this equation. So first I'll evaluate the inside bracket to get 4, and then I'll go ahead and evaluate 4 plus 2 to get 6, and therefore then I'll do 24 divided by 6 to get 4. So I'll have 2 brackets right there. Question number 20. The diagram shows a square with perimeter of 20 centimeters. This is a square of perimeter 20 centimeters. Each of these squares fit together to make a rectangle. We have a rectangle there. Work out the area of the rectangle. Okay. So if the perimeter is 20 centimeters and this is a square, of course square's got 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what is the side of one of this excuse me, what is the length of the side of, or one side of this square? So of course, since there are 4, I'll take 20 divided by 4, I'll get 5 centimeters. So each one of this side is 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters. And therefore, to work out the area of this larger rectangle, you can find the area of the smaller rectangle, and then you multiply by the number of squares that you got to make this bigger rectangle. That's one way. You can also do the sides, the length of this bigger rectangle is going to be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. So this is going to be 20 centimeters. And then this is going to be 5, 5, which is going to give us 10 centimeters. Therefore, you do 10 times 20, you get 200, right? So I'll go for the smaller, for the last one. So it's going to be 20 centimeters times 10, which will give me 20 centimeters squared. This is centimeters. You can also do the area of the small triangle to be sure. Area here is 5 times 5, which gives us 25 centimeters squared. 25 centimeters squared. Okay, but then of course, how many smaller squares do we have to make the this large rectangle? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Therefore, area of rectangle, area of this big rectangle, we are basically trying to confirm, is 25 times 8, and 25 times 8 gives us 200. So same answer, 200 centimeters squared. So go for the method that works out for you. You don't have to show both methods. Remember, you are competing with time. 1 hour is what you got. Number 21. Lemons cost $5.4 per kilogram. Layla buys 0.35 kg of lemons. Calculate how much Layla lemons will cost. And therefore, I can say 5.40 for every kg, right? Layla gets 0.35 kgs. So how much does she need to pay? You need to cross multiply. Therefore, you'll find that this is 5.40 times 0.35. And of course, you do long multiplication, which is 5.40 times 0.35. Of course, 3 times 0, that gives you 0. This gives you 2. This gives you 15. 15 plus 1 get 16. This is going to be 0. This is going to be 0. 2 for 20. 25. So this is 27. So 0, 0, 9, 8, 1. How many decimal places? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will cost approximately $1.89. So $1.89. Question 22. Diagram shows a right-angled triangle. Squares are drawn on each of these three sides. Square P, square R, square Q. Areas of square P, 17 centimeters squared. Area of square R is 50 centimeters cubed. Work out the area of square Q. Okay, work out the area of square Q. To work out the area of square Q, of course, we know, of course, from Pythagoras theorem, if this is x, this side is y, and this side is z, then we know that x squared is equals to y squared plus z squared. I hope I'm not taking too much for granted, but of course then it means that the square of z, or the square of q, which is y squared is equals to square of x minus square of z. Therefore we know that the square of x is 50, because it's the area, and the square of z, which is square of p, is 17. And therefore what we get is 50. Take away 17, you get 3, and that will be the square for y. So 33 is the answer. Okay, 3 is the answer. 23. Write one of these symbols in each gap to make a true statement. We have less than, greater than, and equal symbols. The first one has been done for you. 24 divided by 2 is, of course, 12. 12 is less than 24. That is correct. 56 times 1.02. Is it equal to 56? Is it less than, or is it greater than? It's going to be greater than. Then 0.2 times 16. What is it to 16? Of course, when you multiply 16 times 0.2, you get 3.2, and 3.2 is less than 16. I want you to be able to see that. Times 0.2, of course, multiplication. This is going to be 2, for that is 12, then 3, that one decimal point, 3.2. Then 35 divided by 0.55. Is it greater than, less than, or equal to 35? We can do it here. 35 divided by 55, we can change it to 0.55, can change it to 55 divided by 100. This will give us 35 times 100 over 55. Okay, when you do the math correct here, can divide by 5 by 11 by 5 here, get 11, divide by 5 here, get 20. Therefore this is going to be what will this be? This is going to be 700. 700 divided by 11. You can do the long division if you so wish. Let's do the long division. Divide by 11. So how many times? This goes 6. 6 for 66. which is going for 40, and then 3 for 33, then this is 7 point, of course, 6 for 66, so it will be recurring. So the answer here is 63.6. Therefore 63.6 is greater than 35. Okay. Then the last one, 40 times 0.4 divided by 4, is it equal to this? Of course it is. You can cancel 0.4 because it's both numerator and denominator, so what you remain here with is 40. So 40 is equal to 40. Question 24, sorry. Question 24, right there. Take the graph of y is equals to 2x minus 1. Of course, to do that, you need to find what is y when x is 0. So you write y is equals to, you can see all these graphs are cutting both y and x-axis, so it's easier to say y is equals to, so say when x is equals to 0, y is equals to 2 times 0 minus 1, which will give us 2 times 0 is 0, so y is minus 1. And when y is equals to 0, then what is x? So we have 0 is equals to 2x minus 1. Of course, you add 1 both sides here because it's negative, so the 1 is equals to 2x. Therefore x, you divide both sides by 2, so of course x will be 0.5 half. So you look at those points and see which one will give the correct answer. So y is minus 1, so this is minus 1, this is minus 1. Of course, this one and this is 2, this is 1. So this and this is out. We are considering this minus 1 here, and this minus 1. Okay. Then x should be, the graph should pass at x is equals to 0.5. So 0.5, and this is 2. Okay, this is 2 here, which is not correct because this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And therefore, this one is passing at 2, and we don't need x to be 2. We need x to be 0.5, which is this point here. So this is the graph which is correct for this equation right there. Question 25. Ami is 160 centimeters tall. The ratio of Ami's height to Nadia's height is 8 to 7. Work out how many centimeters taller Ami is than Nadia. Alright. So of course the sum of their two ratios is let's say 8 plus 5, 8 plus 7 gives us 15. So 8 over 15 is equals to 160. Alright. So then what will be Nadia's height? Alright. So 7 over 15 will be how much? And then you do cross multiply. And therefore this will be give us 7 over 15 times 160 over 8 over 15. Then of course we can write this one as, of course, 7 over 15 times 160 times 15 over 8. Of course we change because you have brought in multiplication there, so that will cancel. 8 goes into 160 20 times, so 20 times 7, this gives us 140. And therefore, how many centimeters is Ami taller than Nadia? Ami is 160, and Nadia we have gotten now is 140. So you find the difference, and the difference is 20 centimeters. So Ami is 20 centimeters taller than Nadia. Part B, Ami has a mass of 72 kilogram. Raphael has a mass of 108 kilogram. Write Ami's mass as a fraction of Raphael's mass. Give your answer in its simplest form. Of course, Ami's is 72, Raphael is 108. That's a fraction of Ami's mass of Raphael's mass. Of course, you can do divisions here. Okay, of course, you can use the long divisions, or whatever division you need to use. I can do 9. 72 divided by 9. This will give me 8. 108 divided by 9. This will give me 1, 2 to give me 12. Then I divide by 4, I get 2. Divide by 4, I get 3. Therefore, in the simplest form, it will be 2 over 3. So 2/3 right there. Okay. 26. In the diagram, AB is parallel to CD. AB, where's AB? AB is parallel to CD. Okay. Work out the values of X and Y. Right? You can see X is alternate angle to this angle here. What I mean is X is alternate to 46. Therefore, X is equals to 46 degrees. X is equals to 46 degrees. And then, of course, we need to work out for Y. Of course, if this is 46, then, of course, this is a triangle here. Okay, the sum of the angles in a triangle adds up to 180. So we can find this angle and this angle. If we call this angle, let me call this angle M. Angle M is alternate to, no, it's not alternate to angle, that is not. Okay, so we know that this is, we are given this one to be an isosceles triangle. And we know that in an isosceles triangle, this angle Y will be the same as this angle here. Alright, so then that tells us that 2y plus 46 should give us 180. So we got 2y plus 46 gives us 180. Of course, how do we know this is an isosceles triangle? Because of these markings there. This side EC is equals to side SC. AE. Side AE is equals to side EC. That's why I know. So this is 46 here. So 46. And therefore 2y is equals to 180. Take away 46. Of course, that will give us 134. is equals to 2y. Divide both sides by 2, and therefore our y will be equal to say 67 degrees. So there we have our x and we have our y. So our x is 46 degrees and our y is 67 degrees. Okay. 27. Here are four numbers: 0.02, 0.2, 2, and 20. Write these numbers in the boxes to make a correct calculation. Each number should be used only once. Use the number only once. Of course, whatever number you place here, then you take the fraction. Of course, then the number should be 20. So I'll go for this one is 20. Because of course this is going to be a smaller number, right? Therefore 20, so that we are going to have 40. So whatever is going to be here, you see this number. So I've already used 20. You're only supposed to use it once. So whatever going to be here should give us 20 as well, of course. And I'll go here for 2 times 0.2, 2 times 0.2, 0.2, that gives me 0.4, and 0.4 divided by 0.02, let me see, 0.4 divide by 0.02, can multiply this one by 100 to make them whole numbers. So this will be 4. This will be 40 actually, divide by 2, and therefore this will be 20. Yeah, got it. So 20 plus 20 gives me 40. That is correct. Part B, workout. 1/2 of 2/3 of 3/4 of 4/5 of this. Okay, right? So of basically means multiplication. So I can just use multiplication right away. So I'll write 1/2 of multiplied by of is multiplication, 2/3 of 3/4 of 4/5 of 200. Okay, and let me not put that there. Of 200. So then of course I'm going to multiply the numerators and denominators together, and therefore I can still put this one divided by that, so that 200 becomes a denominator. So I can multiply them out, or I can first divide this by that, because it's appearing in the denominator. 2 is a denominator and the numerator as well. 3 is there, I can divide that. I can divide 4 by that. So I'm left with 5. So 200 divided by 5, you get 40. So therefore the answer is 40. Very well. Last question, 28. The scale drawing shows the route for cycling race, which starts and finishes at point P. I can see point P is right here. Okay, so the route, the scale is 1 centimeter. The scale is 1 centimeter for every 2 kilometers. The line PQ, this line PQ is 6.1 centimeters. This is 6.1 centimeters. right? Of course, if this is north and this is north, of course this is also north here. Complete the table. Complete the table to show the distance and the bearing for each stage on the route. Of course, our scale is 1 centimeter to 2 kilometers. Of course, given that. So from P to Q is 12.2. Of course, you take 6.2 times 2 kilometers. 6.1 times 2. This will give us 12.2 kilometers. That is what we are given here. Okay. And the bearing is 64, as you can see. It's given right there, 64 degrees. So the bearing is 0.64. Then from Q to R. From Q to R, what is the distance from Q to R? Okay. From Q to R, you need now to use your ruler. Remember, the question, you're supposed to have a geometrical set. You measure the distance from here to here. Then you use this conversion here at this scale to get the distance. And when I do that, get it 13 kilometers. Of course, that is going to be 13 kilometers here. And of course, for stage R to P, when I do measure, I'm getting this distance here is 9.4 centimeters, and multiply by 2, I get 18.8 kilometers. Let's find the bearings. Okay, so if this is 64, then what is the bearing here? This is so this angle right here. This angle right here is 116. This and this should be 180. This angle here is 147. This one here is 33. So when you do the correct calculations, then you're getting the bearings to be this and this. So use your protractor and do the correct measurement of the angles. You're told this is drawn to scale. It's drawn to scale, so you can use your protractor and use your ruler to get the correct measurements. So that's the last question on this paper. All the best. See you in the next video.